What is going on, everyone? It is Snickel here, and today I have another trophy talk for you. This is going to be for the week, or I guess I should say the month of April 2022, because I'm doing this monthly now. And it's been quite a, I guess you could say, a successful month. I've been playing some pretty big games. I've been playing, well, mainly two games, but I guess you could say that they're kind of big, and I got them both done. So that makes me pretty excited. Before I get any further, I just want to let you guys know that I am trying to stream more frequently over on Twitch. So if you haven't followed me already, there's a link for that down in the description below. I'm trying to stream basically everything I play for the most part. And then obviously when I get platinums as well. But if you want to go follow me over there and watch some live gameplay, again, it's linked down in the description below. So anyway, with all of that being said, let's get into this video. I'm a little out of breath because I ran over to my desk to do this because I was so excited. But starting off, I think the last time I did one of these videos, I had just gotten the platinum in Among Us, and I believe I just started Horizon Forbidden West. So with that being said, we're going to start, well, trophies in March, because now that it's monthly, that's kind of how this works, in case you were wondering. But no, so we're starting in March here. So the first game we have up here is Deadfall Adventures, Heart of Atlantis, which is a PS3 game. And you're probably wondering what this is. And you're right to be asking that sort of question, because this is an interesting game. So I streamed this one night. Andrew and I got on, because this was kind of a secret game that we were planning on playing on stream. And then we were going to maybe do some of the... there's like a survival mode. We were going to do some of that together, and then I was going to play through the game. I believe there's like collectibles and stuff, so I was going to do like, typical me doing collectible guides and stuff. And especially since it's on the PS3, my favorite console ever, I was really excited to get in. So we hopped into it one night, and I thought that the multiplayer was just going to be something simple, something where we play it for a night, we get everything done, we move on with our day. That's not how it turned out to be. So the reason why I got on this now, out of all of the times to get on it, is there is a trophy that is related to, I think you need like 7 or 8 people total in a game. Luckily, you can have people join back out and then like have another account join. But there's this trophy right here, Beast of Prey. Yeah, I hope I said that right. Which is to kill 6 different opponents in deathmatch. So basically, you have to have all these people on another team, and then your team, and then, you have to obviously kill 6 different people. So that required having a lot of people. So randomly one day, there was a group of people that wanted to do it through PSMP, which I would rarely ever go through PSMP to boost. But I got on, and I got that trophy just to get it out of the way. And then later that night into the next morning, Andrew and I hopped on, and we did a majority of the stuff. We actually did a lot of like the random trophies that we needed to do. There's a few other random trophies, but for the most part, we were working towards the hardest trophy, or the most tedious trophy in the game, which I believe is this trophy Perfectionist, which is to unlock all automatic upgrades for all weapons. Now, it's weird the way that the trophies are, because this says you have to unlock all automatic weapons. There's an upgrade for the automatic weapon, but for some reason it doesn't work, or I don't know. There's something weird about it. I think we did the math, and it's like, I think it's like 10,000 kills. I could be mistaken there. There's not like trophy guides or anything. I think there's like an achievement guide for this, but there's really like no info on it. So it's hard to kind of figure out what you have to do, but we figured it out. But obviously we haven't played it for a month, so I'm a little rusty on what the exact knowledge is, or information. But regardless, you basically have to reach max level, because I think there's a trophy for that. Yeah, you have to achieve the highest multiplayer rank, which there's a trophy for. You have to unlock all weapons, which requires you to get to a pretty high rank. You have to also unlock all characters, which I think you get by getting max rank. You also get the characters. So you get like these 3 trophies once you get max rank. Earning 200 blessings in treasure hunt game mode is stupid, so that's going to take a decent amount of time. This is going to take a decent amount of time. Now, the good thing about getting the kills is you can do this with just one person, which is great. You can have more than one if you want to, but you could do it with just one person. The good thing about doing it with just one person is you can actually like spawn trap them. So you can just kill them, wait a few seconds, they spawn in like the same exact spot. So you can more or less get a lot of kills per match. I think, if I remember correctly, I don't remember the exact amount of, I'm talking out of my ass right now. but I don't remember the exact amount of guns, but I think you need like five. I want to say there's like 20 guns, and you need to get 500 kills with each gun or something around there to get all the upgrades. And I think you can pull, I think we were pulling around 150 kills a match, maybe 100 to 150 kills a match. So, and the matches took around 10 minutes. So you're talking like 3 matches and some change to get it done. So about a half an hour to get a gun done. You have to do 20 of them. So that's like 10 hours per person right there to get, that done, which is a lot of boosting for sure. But it's honestly not that bad. And I think when I remember doing the calculations, it was like 10,000 kills, which is crazy because you think about doing a game like Battlefield Hardline, where it's, I think it isn't that like 40,000 kills or something. I don't know. There's something stupid, or Bad Company 1. Like there's a shit ton of kills you have to get, and this is just some random shitter PSN game that randomly has you getting 10,000 kills. But the good news is, well, I guess it's good news, is no one's ever played it, and not a lot of people have platinumed it. So a little hidden gem here. But now you guys all know about it, so I'm spoiling it. But other than that, for the multiplayer, that's really all that's left for the multiplayer is basically leveling up, getting kills, which you'll level up and get kills, or you'll get kills, which will then level you up. So you'll do that simultaneously. Looks like you have to go a little bit higher than max rank, because if you look, the max rank rarity trophy is a 15.3%, and then the perfectionist is a 13. So more people are reaching max rank than getting all the guns. And then getting the blessings in the treasure hunt mode sucks, but it's not the worst thing that you could do. You can kind of do that while you're getting kills as well, but you'll be less efficient, but you'll be getting 2 things done in one. So, you could do that if you want to. I would probably suggest to do that, but yeah, you could do that as well. But you can see that's a 15.79%, which matches around the amount of guns or the level rarity. So, you know, comparable time or difficulty or whatever you want to say. But yeah, that's coming along. And then other than that, there's just some trophies down here which are related to the horde mode, which is to survive 100 enemy waves, which fuck that. And then also killing 50 Daru, I guess is what they're called, in survival mode. I think the Daru were like things on the walls. So if I remember reading something correctly about these 2 trophies, they essentially tell you to just beat the first, spawn in, kill whatever Darus are on the wall, beat the first wave, and then die, and then basically rinse and repeat that 100 times is what they tell you to do. So that's kind of stupid, because, and that makes sense, right? Because imagine you're playing like, COD Zombies, as you play and as you progress through the waves, they get harder and harder and harder. So why waste time on the harder waves when you could just do the first wave, die, load back in, do the first wave, die, load back in. That's kind of all you have to do to grind this out, and it's going to take a decent amount of time, but it's easier than, I guess, playing the waves. We did do it. We did it. We did do a few waves. Like Andrew and I went in and did a few waves. Legitimately, I think we got through like 5 or something like that, and we killed no Daru because we didn't even know about them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But this will just be a grind on your own. But I would like to get back to this. Doing all of this will probably take I don't know, like maybe 3 nights of grinding. I would think 3 between the both of us, because we both each got done, I think, 2 guns that night, but we weren't specifically focusing on getting the kills. We were focusing on doing all of these other like random ass trophies. We didn't know about like spawn trapping and all that, so we weren't like super efficient. But later in the night, we got pretty efficient, and we were able to get that done. And then other than that, it's just playing through the single player. So that'll come at some point whenever I get back to the ABC, which we'll talk about in this video. But yeah, Deadfall Adventures. If you want like a rip-off Indiana Jones or dollar store Indiana Jones game, there you go. Now let's get on to the next game. Sorry, I'm drinking my protein. Let's get on to the next game. We have Horizon Forbidden West on the PlayStation 5. So, I was able to get this game done. I could have got this game done in like 2 weeks, but I ended up like putting it off because I wasn't streaming. I didn't want to stream. And then by the time I streamed, I had to do some grindy things, and then I had to get level 50 because the last thing I had to do was get level 50. By the time I beat the game and did everything, all the side content and everything, I actually did more than trophies required me to do, because I did like all the relic ruins, and I did like all these like random collectibles that I didn't have to do. I only had to do 1 of each, and 3 relic runes. But by the time I got done that, I think I was like level like 44 or 45, something around there. So I ended up grinding from 45 to 50. Well, I grinded 45 to 49 off stream, and then I did 49 to 50 on stream, which took me like another like 20 minutes or something. But yep, got this done. Going into this game, I was very excited for it. Like, don't get me wrong, I was super excited. I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. I thought it was a great game. And I remember when it came out and people were talking about it and criticizing it, I was kind of on the fence of like what people were saying because if you know me as a gamer, I'm a huge fan of open world games and I'm a sucker for games that make you feel like you're actually there, and I love environments in games, and I do love stories, but for the most part my biggest thing is just like environments because you can only experience things like in video games, right? You can't go out and see the shit that's in Horizon Forbidden West. You can't walk outside and see it, right? And if you can, you're not living on Earth. But or you're living in the future. But um I when I played Horizon Zero Dawn, I really liked it. And I remember there was people that were going back and forth about everything. I heard people saying that it was game of the year, best game ever. This, praising it. And don't get me wrong, it was a great game. It looked great, it played great. It was a great, I wouldn't say a great story. It was pretty subpar when it came to the story. Everything else was great about it, I thought at least. The exploring was a little, dry at times, and it was a little, painful to get around the map at times. And you had to unlock the unlimited fast travel. But once you, got that, it made it a little more fun. But there was people like praising it as being game of the year, and then you had people on the other side that was like, this is another cookie cutter open world game, cool new characters, but cookie cutter game. And I kind of dismissed that because I was stupid at the time. I was playing games like Assassin's Creed Origins, I think. No, did that come out around that time? I think Assassin's Creed Origins came out around that time. So I was playing that. I really enjoyed that game. I really enjoy open world games. So um, I love running around the map and doing absolutely nothing. So I enjoyed Horizon Zero Dawn is what I'm trying to get at here. So when Horizon Forbidden West was coming out, I was super excited for it because I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. I remember when it came out. I remember where I was in life. I remember everything about it. Brought back memories and everything. So going into this, I was like super excited, and I went into it and I was playing it, and I was like, again, great game, looks great, plays great. And then I probably got about 20 or 30 hours in, and I was like, okay, like this is kind of boring. Essentially, this is kind of boring. And I started to understand the people that were saying this is just a cookie cutter game from Horizon Zero Dawn, because I never agreed with the side of like game of the year for Horizon Zero Dawn, nor do I agree with it for Horizon Forbidden West. But now I'm leaning more towards the side of like this is just a cookie cutter game. Great game, visually impressive game. Story wise, also stepped up. I was impressed by the story. There were things that happened in it that were definitely very interesting, but there were also things that were you could see it coming. Let me just put it that way. But I would say that the story definitely did step up from before. I still don't fully, I still go back to Horizon Zero Dawn and like I have questions about the story, and it's the same thing with this where like you know, I guess Aloy has this kind of reputation and people just like essentially jerk her off for it. I don't know. People literally treat her like she's a god. Like no one can ever say no to her. Like everyone is ultimately simping for, like people simp on the internet and they're simping in the game for her. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, whatever. It was a good game. Okay, it was a good game, but I will say again, I did get bored playing through it, and as I was talking about with Deadfall, I will sit here and get 10,000 kills in a game and have fun. If I'm starting to get bored with an open world game and everything's, the same, I mean, I feel like that is, speaking volumes to it, because it did just get dry just going around and doing things. And like another thing that really irritates me with open world games is I do enjoy the aspect of exploring, right? I do really enjoy that aspect, but at the same time, you also need to give the player some info. Which is funny because the next game I'm going to talk about doesn't do this at all. And what I mean by info is like the maps, the map for Forbidden West. You can't like, I don't think, at least I wasn't able to figure it out. There isn't a way to like ultimately defog the whole map and show everything. So what that kind of means is there could be little spots on the map that you never go, you never visit for a story mission, for a side mission, for anything that are fogged up. And there might be something over there that you need to do. And I get the point of exploring it, right? But like, you it gets uncovered when you go over it. So like you have to cover every little inch of the map for it to defog areas. And I really don't like that. And there's a game that I'm going to talk about next that you guys probably already know about that actually does do this properly because it does defog the map and it at least shows you what's going on around there, but then it's up to you to figure out where things are. So it'll show you the top view of the map and then you're like, "Okay, wait. I can tell by the features of the map that there's a building there, so I should probably go explore that building." Um, where Forbidden West doesn't really do that. There's a cloud over the map, just like the first game, and yeah, you got to go. At least you get a bird to fly on in this game, so you can fly over it. But I just wasn't a fan of that because there was going back, and I have to finish like combat trials and shit like that, and it's like, where are they? I don't even know where they are. Well, I have 12 areas that haven't been defogged yet. These little tiny areas that I haven't visited because I didn't need to for any sort of quest. And now I got to fly all over the place and figure out where they are, or I'm just going to Google search where are the combat areas. I shouldn't have to Google search where are all the combat areas, but yeah. I guess what I'm trying to get at here, my synopsis of everything that I've been talking about for the past like 10 minutes is I don't want to say I'm disappointed by the game, but I definitely don't think it's game of the year. And everything that I might be saying might be controversial, but it's my thoughts, and I'm allowed to have my own thoughts. I think I am. But I definitely don't think it's game of the year. I'll put that one out there. And I just don't think that really it's a good open world game. I'll just say that. It has a good story, it has good characters, it has a good environment, but it's just I don't think it's a good open world game. And I really don't like how it tries to hold your hand through everything. And I know I just said that the characters are good, but like Aloy kind of pisses me off with how cocky she is sometimes. And also the interactions between the characters and the cutscenes and everything is very, very awkward. Like not natural at all for the most part. So there are definitely some things that I definitely question about the game. And I'll leave it at that. Did I enjoy my time playing it? Sure. It was definitely a slog at the end. Will I be doing it on the PS4 at some point? Probably, because I mean, maybe. I don't know. I've been thinking about that when it comes to games. Like, oh, if I'm gonna do it on the PS5, will I go back and do it on the PS4 one day? Because I remember when the PS4 came out and there was the PS3, PS4, and I was strictly on like I'm only going to play the PS4 versions of these games, and then like, whatever, 10 years down the line, my dumbass is like, I really liked it on the PS4. I want to go play it on the PS3 now. So now I'm doing the PS3 stacks. But will I do it on the PS4? Who knows? There's definitely other games that I've done. Well, the only other one I can think of is like RE8, but it's because I didn't have a PS5 at the time. But I would probably do RE8 again on the PS5, but that would be going for it. But I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, yeah. Good game. Boring game. Would I suggest not in one sitting? Is it game of the year? No. Please stop jerking this game off because it is like not anything special. I know that sounds like really fucked up, and like if someone from Gorilla heard that, they would probably be pissed, but like honestly, it's not anything special. And I think Zero Dawn came out in 2017, right? Yeah, 2017. So Horizon Zero Dawn came out in 2017. Horizon Forbidden West came out in 2022. Okay, we're talking 5 years. 5 years to make a sequel. 5 years. 5 years. Put that into perspective. 5 years. 5 years for this game. For a game that feels like it was made in one. Like, it literally uses all of the same animations. It uses the same UI for the most part. It uses the same map design. It literally uses, it recycles a bunch of stuff, which I'm not bashing on the game for that, because you're making it, you should, in theory, if you're reusing assets, you should be able to develop it quicker. But yeah, 5 years. So yeah. All right. Let me get another drink because I've been complaining now, and I'm done complaining. That's actually a lie. We'll probably keep complaining. Up next, which is the game that I was kind of referencing with everything, we have Elden Ring on the PlayStation 5. I actually just platinumed this yesterday, Sunday. And holy shit. That's all I'll say. Holy shit. This game was so much fun. So I have a there's a weird thing with this game. So I love FromSoft games, even though I haven't platinumed a Souls game. I really should go back, and when I'm going through the ABC order for my PS3 backlog, can I talk? Oh my god. I will be doing Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, and Demon Souls on the PS3, and I may even go to the point of, I may not do it initially, but I may go to the point of stacking Demon Souls on the PS3. Um, Even though you can't get, item drops and stuff, I kind of want to experience the game and try to do it with all of the legitimately, right? Because you can just like drop shit. That's how I did it originally, which is scummy, but whatever. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. I really love FromSoft games. I love Soulsborne games. I've done Bloodborne, Sekiro, Elden Ring. I think that's it. I've done none of the Souls games. I've done like half of Demon Souls on the PS3. I really should go and finish that. I've done some Dark Souls. I've done some Dark Souls 3. Not platinumed it, but I've done some Dark Souls 3. But yeah, I really enjoy, and I really want to go play other games in this genre, like Neo 2. I really like the genre. I think it really puts you on the edge when you're playing through. But Elden Ring, like, literally elevates this to like a whole new level, and it opens up this style of game to a whole new audience. Because the thing with FromSoft games before, Soulsborne games before, is they were somewhat, I will say they were somewhat linear. They are linear games, but when you kind of progress through the game, you're able to go back in areas that you were at before. So they're not necessarily 100% linear. They are open world to an extent, but you don't have access to every location right off the bat. Elden Ring gives you access to everything right away, which is great. The downside to this is they don't tell you a goddamn thing, which maybe that's not a downside to some people. But what I mean by this is when you load into the game and you do everything that you need to do at the beginning, within your first 30 minutes of playing the game, you have access to everything. Anything you want, you have access to. You want to go up to the hardest place on the map? If you can figure a way out up there, you can do it. If you want to go over to this castle and fight these people, you could do it. Guess what? You'll probably get your ass clapped, but you can do it. So having that freedom to kind of do whatever you want to do is great, but it does come at a little bit of a price to pay, because you are given a bunch of freedom, which doesn't give you structure, which then makes you kind of feel like, oh, like overload kind of. What am I supposed to be doing? Like, I have 20 things in my mind that I think I can be doing, but what should I really be trying? Which was kind of my issue with this game when I first started playing it. I hopped in, I was running all over the place, I was doing things, I was looking at the little, yellow arcs or orbs or whatever the fuck they are that were on the sites of grace, and I was trying to figure out where I needed to go and what I needed to do. And I was following them. And then I realized as I was doing that they take you places, but they don't really take you places. So you have to kind of explore and do things. Now, as I was talking about with Horizon Forbidden West, how you have the map and you can't really see what the fuck is going on unless you go and explore it. It's somewhat the same thing for Elden Ring, except with Elden Ring, you're able to find maps on the map to pick up. So when you go to a new location, when you kind of go over there, if you go to the map, there will be a little symbol on the map that shows where a map is located. And when you go and pick up that map, it basically, quote unquote, defogs the whole area, and you can see from the top, from a bird's eye view, you can see everything, but it doesn't show you where things are. You don't unlock, it doesn't show you like where your next site of grace is, where a dungeon is, where this is. It doesn't show you any of that. You have to then go explore like areas to find that stuff. So like I said, when the map defogs, you could sit there and be like, okay, interesting. That feature over there kind of looks like a building. Let's go over there and look at it. Or wait, that hill over there, I can see that, and I see like some ruins. Maybe that's a church. Like, let's go over there and look at that. So it gives you, it kind of gives you direction in a way of, you have to pay attention to those little things. But I was definitely on overload when I first got into the game, because I didn't know what to do. And even as you're playing through the game, it's overload, because you can be doing like 5 things. There's like multiple different things you can be doing at the same time. Do you want to be progressing the main story? Do you want to be exploring some more? Do you want to do optional bosses? Do you want to go get, your ash summons? Do you want to go find weapons? Do you want to go farm runes? Like, what do you want to do? There's so many things that you can do, and you have to kind of pick what you want to do. Do you want to go do quests? Like, what do you want to do? Um, that it can definitely be an overload, but if you kind of just focus on little things as you're going through and you just focus on like one thing at a time, you'll end up getting through, and it's really it's really a great game. And I think I'm actually going to make a how to platinum on this, because going into this game I was a little worried about going through it and kind of how to get through it and everything. But now that I've done it, I feel like I want to like help people also get through it, because I felt the same way with Sekiro. I felt the same way with Bloodborne. When you go into these games and you have to do multiple endings and there's items and there's this and that, and it can definitely be an overload from a story perspective, but it can also be overload from trophy perspective or things like that. So, um, yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing that. And on another note, I did do this on the PS5. I will probably also do this on the PS4 at some point, because when I did this on the PS5, I made a character that I've never made in a Soulsborne game before, and it was kind of a cheesy character. I knew that going into it. I've always heard that they were cheesy characters in Soulsborne games, but I wanted to give it a try. I made a sorcery build, which again, a little cheesy, but I do want to play it again on the PS4 and try it with like a melee build or something completely different, and play it more like I would play like a Bloodborne or something, because you can do that, and you are able to like break posture and stuff and do like, I don't think they're called visceral attacks, but basically visceral attacks and stuff. But I had a lot of fun playing this game. I had a lot of fun playing this game. And when I went back to check my times on Horizon and Elden Ring, I actually played Horizon longer than Elden Ring. I think I played Horizon for around 75 hours. I got through Elden Ring, platinum and all, in around 65. So, but I really enjoyed this game. And when you look at the trophies, they're pretty straightforward. I mean, you're gonna have so you have a bunch of bronze trophies down here at the bottom that are basically for, well, actually, let me take a step back. Basically, every trophy in this game is for defeating a boss. There's only a few trophies that are story related. These 3 gold trophies are story related for different endings, and then this Erd Tree of Flame is also story related. And then Arrived at the Round Table Hold is story related. Other than that, you basically have trophies for defeating all different types of enemies. And you're going to have to defeat all these enemies for the trophies. You're also going to have to defeat all these enemies for armaments, for Ashen Remains, for sorceries and incantations, and also for talismans. So you're going to have to defeat all these for trophies, and then you're going to have to defeat all these for the items. And then these silvers up here are kind of like the big boy bosses that you'll fight as you're going through the game. So like the main story bosses, and then again, your 3 endings. And for your items, again, very easy. Since it is an open world game, nothing is missable. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's one missable thing. There's one missable thing, and the one missable thing is 1 armament, which is this guy right here. This bolt of Grandsax is missable because of reasons. So when you gain access to the capital, make it your mission to find this right away. Because that is you don't want to miss that. But that's the only thing that's missable. Other than that, nothing else is missable. As long as you make a save before you fight the final boss, you can get all of the endings in one playthrough. I thought I fucked that up last night because I was doing the Lord of the Frenzied Flame ending. I got all that set up. So let me take a step back. The Elden Lord ending is just for beating the game normally. You just beat the game, whatever. At the end, I think you claim the Elden, I don't know. You claim, it's the first option. You do that. Then the Age of the Stars ending, which is the Age of the Stars ending. I hate the way that the trophies are, is basically for doing Ranni's quest line. So you go through Ranni's whole quest line, you end up marrying, whatever, spoilers, whatever. You end up marrying her or whatever. You give her a ring, basically marrying her. And then at the end of the game, you're able to summon her and you'll get her ending. And then there's the Lord of the Frenzied Flame ending, which is tied to a location. You go down there and get a hug, and then you're, burnt or whatever. And then that's another ending. The problem is when you go and you get burnt, you are locked out of the other 2 endings. So in order to get unburnt, you have to go get a few items and do a quest from Millicent, and then beat the most painful boss in the game, Melania. And then from there, you're able to get this thing, and then you can cure yourself. So You can get all the endings in one playthrough. You don't need to do all that extra stuff if you get the Elden Lord and then the Age of the Stars ending, and then you go and do the Frenzied Flame ending, because you can do it that way if you want to. I don't know if you beat the boss and then you go get the Frenzied Flame, if it'll, how that'll work. So I would suggest to make a save before the boss. But beating the boss isn't that bad. So maybe the way I did it was probably the smartest, because I did the Frenzied Flame first and then I beat the boss and then I got the two other ones. I don't know. I mean, that probably makes more sense, but I'd have to read into it a little more. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is nothing is missable and it's a great game. So if you guys haven't played, or if you haven't picked up Elden Ring, you should. And when you talk about game of the year, this is game of the year. To me, for the time being, and from what's coming out this year, this got to be game of the year. Like, easily, this got to be game of the year. Everybody's playing this game. Even if you're not a fan of Soulsborne games, like, this game will make you a fan of Soulsborne games, because you get the comfort of playing an open world game and being able to do everything at your leisure, but then you also get the difficulty of Soulsborne games when you come to the bosses. But the good thing about this game, unlike really any of the other Soulsborne games, is there's so much content in this game and there's so many ways to play the game that if you're getting your ass beat in a certain way, you can easily find a way around it, and you can cheese it, or you can respec, or you can do anything. You literally can do anything. You can go farm runes and make yourself OP as fuck if you want to. If you want to spend time doing that, you can. You can look up a guide online that will tell you how to make the best build for certain bosses or stuff like that, or how to cheese so and so boss. Like, there is so much information out there for this game, and it is by far one of the most accessible Soulsborne FromSoft games that you can play. And I think it's a great way to get into the games if you want to. And even if you're not a fan of the games, it's still a great game to play. And if you're not a fan of open world games, then I don't know what to say, because you'll probably have an aneurysm if you play it and you're not a fan of open world games, because there's a lot going on. But don't rush your way through it. It's a fun game. Actually, what is the fastest someone's gotten this done? 58 minutes. Jeez. I'm cracked out over here. But yeah, I'm gonna stop jerking the game off. There's probably people out here who hate the game, who love Horizon. I know that there's people that are salty because Horizon basically got overshadowed by Elden Ring, but like, come on now. Like, I think Elden Ring got delayed, but like, come on now. Who really thought that Horizon was gonna overshadow Elden Ring, or they were gonna even be comparable? Like, the thing with FromSoft games is FromSoft has such a die-hard fan base that, like, this shit was never gonna flop ever. Like, FromSoft has such a die-hard fan base that I hate streaming their games, because people will come in your stream and be like, "You're playing the game wrong." I remember I played Sekiro and people will come in all the time and say that shit. "Hey, you're playing the game wrong. You're supposed to be learning when to blah blah blah." And I would basically be like, "Eat my ass. That's not how I want to play the game, so that's not how I'm gonna play it." Like, that's the thing about FromSoft games, is there's so many ways you can play it, but there's like this elitist mentality where people are like, you have to learn the right time to parry and you have to learn the right time to dodge and blah blah blah. There's this whole like mentality that people have, but it's just like diehard fans that, like, they're the ones that are saying that shit. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is this game was gonna steamroll Horizon from day one. I mean, you're talking FromSoft and George R.R. Martin making a game. This shit was gonna steamroll any game that came out. Let's be honest. So, great game. Go pick it up. It's definitely worth it. And I'm kind of debating going and playing the PS4 version right away, because it's great. I'm not gonna do that though. I have so many other games to play that's not what I'm gonna do. And then up last, I can't believe I've been talking about 3 games for a half an hour. That's fucking crazy, dude. Let me get a little sip. Hold on. All right. Do it for the content, right? That's what they always say. Up last, we have Everybody's Golf, which the reason I'm playing Everybody's Golf, in case you are unaware, it actually goes down. It's going down in September. I think end of September. Let me look. Yeah. Wait. No. What? March? I thought it was September. Wait, what? Oh, that's an edit. Okay, fuck. I was like, what the fuck is the date here? Um, it's going down on September 30th of 2022. So plenty of time to get the game done. But yes, it is going down in September. So, and it was a game I wanted to play because I like the Hot Shot game or Hot Shot Golf games, and this is basically Hot Shot Golf. So, yeah, I started playing it a few days ago. I've only played it for like 2 days, made some progress, and yeah, I'm just playing through right now. But it's kind of what I'm doing. So I got the one online trophy, which is to arrive in an online open course, which is not hard to do. You just load into a course. The other thing that's online is kind of like something that's going to take a while. I don't think you unlock it until you clear or you get to tier 6, which I'm in tier. I'm going to be in tier 4 pretty soon because I'm doing tier 3. I have one more character in tier 3 to face off against. Which I'm not a fan of the way that they do the leveling shit, but like whatever. But this walking encyclopedia is the other online trophy, which is tied to fishing. So you have to find 58 fish, which is kind of stupid. Fucking fish, man. Like fish. Are you fucking kidding me? But yeah, so yeah, this is what you got to do. And again, you can't unlock this until you do tier. I think you need tier 6 because if you go down to catch a fish at a fishing spot, it says, oh, it's rank 4. Okay, you have to beat rank 4. Okay, so it's not 6. So once you get to rank 4 and you beat this character, Kato, I guess that's how you pronounce it, you get a fishing rod and then you can, fuck around with things. But I don't know exactly what you have to do for the encyclopedia because if you look at it, it'll be like, I guess you just go there and you have to catch the fish. I have no fucking idea. But like you'll see, like it says like rice fish, home area pond, goldfish, home area pond, pop-eyed goldfish, Eagle City Inn, spot 3. So like you go to these courses and then you gotta fucking fish. Like I thought this was a golf game. Why the fuck am I fishing? But I guess it'd be crazy like that sometimes. But yeah, I'm hoping to have this one done in the next week or so because I don't really want to put too much. I don't want to say I don't want to put too much time into it. I really don't. Um, I honestly, if you want me to be honest with you, I really don't feel like playing it right now, but I'm just doing it because it's going down and it's really not that bad and it's basically just grinding essentially because the way that you level up is you just play games and then you get XP and then when you get high enough XP you unlock characters that you can play against and then you beat those players and then you just rinse and repeat until you beat the game, which is kind of stupid. But yeah, it's happening. So anyway, that's what I've been playing, which really hasn't been a lot, but I made it sound like a lot, and I hope you guys are enjoying the time here. So let's talk about what I'm going to be playing in the upcoming month, or my focus on what I'm going to be playing in the upcoming month. So again, Everybody's Golf is going to be my main focus to get done by myself. After I do Everybody's Golf, I want to do MLB 19 the show. That is, even though the new one is coming out 2022, I think it comes out today, tomorrow. But yeah, I want to do MLB 19 the show. I have it downloaded. I'm ready to go for that. So I want to do that, which is like the last hard one that we have to do. So I want to do that. And then after that, Brian and I talked about doing Anthem, starting on Anthem. So that might be something that I do for. So the thing is, I've been playing a lot of PS5. I've been playing like basically only PS5 for like the past like month or two. So I want to get back into my PS3 backlog because I do want to do that. But the only other PS5 game that I'm debating on playing, well, there's two PS5 games that I'm debating on playing soon. Actually, three. Now that I think about it, fuck. So the first one is Gran Turismo 7. I'm debating hopping into that and playing that because that seems like fun. Another one is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga because that comes out today, basically when you guys are seeing this, and kind of hyped for that. And then lastly is, which I'm debating, it's basically bottom of the list, but Dying Light 2. I love Dying Light 1, so I really want to play Dying Light 2, but I really put it off because of Horizon Forbidden West and Elden Ring, so I may hop back into that at some point soon. But at the same time, I do want to hop back into my PS3 backlog, and there's some PS4 games that I want to do. Like I want to finish up Dirt Rally 2.0. I put that down for like months, and I kind of regret it. So I haven't earned a trophy since fucking December. That's crazy. But I was doing like the DLC, which was a pain in the ass. So I do want to hop back into that and try to grind through that. That might be something where I play it like 1 or 2 times a week, so I don't drive myself crazy, but just kind of get through that. And then as for the PS3, if we get into the ABC order that I want to do, The next PS3 game that I would end up playing is Aliens versus Predator, and then Aliens Colonial Marines, which I brought both of those games upstairs to play. So those will come around at some point for sure. But I've been going back and forth with really what I want to do, because I was talking about it yesterday on stream, and it's like I really want to do the ABC order. There's a lot of games I want to play, but at the same time, there's a lot of franchises that I could really clean up, because I only need to do a few more games in them to do the whole franchise. Like Brian started doing Infamous the other day, and I was like, I only have to do Second Son and First Light to do all the Infamous games, and both of them are notoriously easy. So like, why don't I just do them and get them done? Or like I was thinking like, oh, with God of War Ragnarok coming out this year, I could do God of War 1, 2, and 3. God of War 1 and 2 on the PS TV, and then God of War 3 on the PS4. And that would literally get me done every God of War game. Like literally every one I would have done. I was like, man, that would be so cool. I've been debating doing like there's like some PS3 games I want to do, or like I've been debating doing like, for some reason I really want to play Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 on the PS TV. I don't know why, but I really want to. Or like I've really been wanting to play like Assassin's Creed, like the Ezio ones. Oh, I do need to do Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the what was the new DLC that came out? Dawn of Ragnarok. Why is everything Ragnarok, man? It's pissing me off. But yeah, I have to do that as well, which I think I looked that up the other day. I have the season pass for that game, and the Dawn of Ragnarok costs $40. Like, bro, what? Like, is Ubisoft fucking stupid or something? That shit stupid. But yeah, there's a lot of things I want to play, so I think it's just gonna come down to like what I kind of feel like doing. And that's kind of what I've been doing for the past few months, is I've kind of just been playing like whatever I want to play. I really haven't been trying to put myself on a schedule for games. Although I did like doing like the Hitman and Star Wars rotation. I do really want to do my PS3 backlog games that are on my list, and then there's games as a service games and a lot of other games that I want to play. So I don't know. I definitely get in this little lull when I finish a game where like I don't really know what I want to play next. But having like that next game in line can help to kind of get into that transition. But I don't know necessarily what I'm going to do after everybody's golf. But my focus right now, for the time being, is everybody's golf. So that's all I'll leave that at here. So another thing I'm going to do real quick, and I promise I'll make this real quick. I want to see if there's any comments on the last video, because that is something that I do. I do. Yeah, I do. Um, but yeah, let me pull this up real quick. So you can ask questions if you want to, but I don't know if I'll answer them, but you can ask them. So the only question I got was, why do you like getting platinum trophies live via Twitch? And my simple response to that is, I just like sharing the experience with everybody, essentially. I know that, not necessarily a lot of people end up turning out for the Twitch streams for the most part. I think I end up getting, 10 to 15 people, max 15. But yeah, I just enjoy doing it on stream just because, I don't know. I mean, I could get them off stream. I could get more platinums and play more games off stream, but I don't know. I enjoy playing games and having conversations with friends and everything like that, and sharing the experience, especially when I'm playing all these shitter games. Showing people live like, yeah, you probably shouldn't touch this game. Like, I would probably stay away from this game if I was you. But yeah, that's why I play them on stream. But yeah, that's the only question. You guys can ask me questions if you want to in the comments of this trophy talk. If you guys did enjoy this trophy talk, be sure to give it a like. And if you've made it all the way through and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this. Because even though I only do this trophy once a month, I'm trying to make more video, but it's really dependent on if I can play through games. That's really what it comes down to. So, but yeah, if you guys do enjoy trophy content, be sure to give this a like and subscribe for some more of it. And down in the description below, you'll find links to all types of stuff: my Twitter, my Twitch, my platinum trophies. So if you want to go watch any of those or follow me anywhere, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, leave any questions or comments down in the comments below. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with all of that being said, I hope to see you all around sometime soon.